welcome to the final video of TTNQ. I will short summary my result and what I think about the tournament. So I ended up in the 37th place out of 52 players. I'm actually decently happy with my result, even if I ended up in the lower half of the overall player. I think I play good for the most part of my 5 game, and I think I cannot ask for anything more than that. So to start off, I got 59 points total. So 19 of them was from painting and 40 of them is from battle points. So the painting score, I think I have a very good system, because they says you can get up to 20 points for painting. And as you can see, my army isn't top standard painting, but all is painted and all is based. Why I didn't get the full point, it's I think only because my fast cav is missing a banner which I forgot to put on before the tournament, so that's why I didn't get the full point. I think it's a fair system, because then players who have tried really hard with their army and done their best and didn't get as good result, for my army for example, can get full points anyway, even if they are not in the top selection of painter. And that really makes everyone do a big effort to try to get those points, instead of just thinking that you cannot receive full points and then you're not even gonna try to paint your army at your best level. So 19 in painting. In my first game against High Elf, I got 3 points. In second game against Lizardman, I got 14. In the third game against Dwarf, I got 10. In the fourth game against Ogre, I got 2. And in the last game against Skaven, I got 11 points. Well, I think I did play the biggest mistake of the whole tournament was against High Elf. And it's actually this, it's a big gamble I took in the end of the game. I was down a lot of points, and so I did a chance. Here, as you can see, the opportunity for his lord to charge my paladin, which he cleverly did. So we overrun into my knight's bus, and his spearman over there made a charge over the river. Even though they lost a lot number, I thought actually I could win that by static combat rest from BSB, but he made a charge, a long charge. He rolled double 6 with a lion chariot and he got into my back. So in that combat I lost my BSB, I lost my general, I lost the paladin and a whole realm lance. So I think that is basically the biggest, the worst mistake, the only real big mistake I did during this tournament. I also short want to discuss some great things I actually did in the tournament too. I think the use of Banner of Swiftness and Virtue of Precious Nice, I made some really long charges. Both this against the Skaven, which I made a shot into his Doomwheel and overrun and catch him, and also a one I did against his in game 4 against the Ogre Man-Eaters, which I think it was unexpected from my opponent, and I managed to use that to my advantage. In this game it was more like his Doomwheel is random movement, so he rolled up pretty far and couldn't really control where he ended up. And against the Man-Eater, I think it was a little bit unexpected for me to make that long charge with the knights, and I did, and I got a Man-Eater unit in victory points, and that was really good. The second thing I'm most happy about is my way of chefing up his unit with my chef unit and make some maneuvers to get the charge I wanted. So in this case it was against the Ogre player. It actually was the game I lost hardest, but I think this is the game I played best in too, so well, It's kind of weird to say that, but I'm really proud of this game, even though I got beaten to death. And you will see why if you watch the battle report. And here I have two Soladin. The orange and blue one is stopping his Iron Guts to charge in the left part of this picture. In the right part, my Paladin is stopping his Lead Belcher from charging my Wizard unit. And in the top right, I have charged in my Man-at-Arms to stop his Iron Blaster. And on the top left part, I have charged out my General with the challenging build against his Iron. No, it's not the Great Weapon Ogre unit. And I think those kind of movement to really use solo paladins as both as charging unit, as redirect, as stuff like that. I think I played that pretty good, and it's also something I'm really proud of in the whole tournament. And finally, I would say my list build was pretty good. I think using this Soladin is a good way to compensate of the double minimum size for units. Is a special thing for this tournament, that you need the unit size is the minimum size for a unit. It's doubled this whole tournament, so having Solo Paladin running around alone and stopping units from charge was a really good and clever, in my thinking, solution to that problem. And well, I will have in the description below a link to all of my 5 games and a intro list. It will introduce my list in a more complete way. So that was how I did during this tournament. I hope you enjoyed it. It was interesting to do a whole tournament and talk about it afterwards, because then you had to meet new player, you get to meet great player that play very tactical, good game. It was a big challenge for me to meet them and stuff like that, so it's really cool. If you have any question, ask them in the comments below. If you like this video or the content of this channel in general, please subscribe or like it. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I see you around.